Erik Ten Hag, Man United's hero. He's been speaking to the Times about his first 2 years as gaffer at Manchester United and had some bold claims. He said, of course, look, I feel stronger after winning the FA Cup. This club didn't win trophies before I came for 6 years. In 2 years after Guardiola, we won the most trophies in English football, so we're in a strong position. We can beat every opponent, not one time, more than one time. We did it against City, also against Liverpool. I feel like that FA Cup win is just papered over so much cracks.
Honestly,
that he's
mate,
completely forgotten about.
Where do you start?
I mean, where should we start?
Some of his interviews after games were delusional, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Some of the comments he come out with. But Manchester United, Addy, finished 8th last season. Their lowest top flight finish in over 30 years. Manchester United conceded 83 goals last season,
That's incredible.
which is the highest ever in their history. Manchester United hadn't lost 13 games by Christmas since 1930 until Ten Hag. Manchester United hadn't gone 4 games in a row without scoring since 1992 until Erik Ten Hag. No Manchester United manager has conceded 20 goals to Liverpool and Manchester City in their first 7 games against them since Alfred Albert in the 1800s until Ten Hag. Manchester United had never finished with as few as 5 points in the Champions League group stages in the competition's history until Erik Ten Hag. No English club had ever conceded 15 goals in the Champions League group stages in the competition's history until Erik Ten Hag. Manchester United had never lost 12 of the opening 23 games of the season until Erik Ten Hag. Finally, Manchester United hadn't lost 5 of their first 10 games at Old Trafford since 1931 until Erik Ten Hag. But
Wow.
yes, he's the second best manager in the Premier League.
That is, by the way,
FA Cup.
those stats are incredible.
Just stats. That's all we bring. Stats.
And no, there's
Let's
facts.
get some callers
Some
if you want to
facts as
argue.
well. I'd love to hear from United
Exactly.
callers. If any United fan out there genuinely believes that Erik Ten Hag is the second best manager in the Premier League now that Jurgen Klopp has gone, give us a call, 03717
Delusional.
223344. See if you can back up those claims by Erik Ten Hag. Let's not forget as well, I mean, they lost 14 times in the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
14. I think they had a minus one goal difference.
Come on, mate.
That's a team battling down the bottom.
Mate, listen, what I will give them credit is in that final they played very well. They looked like an organised team for once. But they're playing against a team that were having a good party for 2-3 days after winning the league, Manchester City. Do you know what I mean? And Manchester City didn't look like Manchester City in that game, did they?
It's almost like you know some inside information.
I was there. I'm joking. But like you says, papering over the cracks. And you know what? He spent a bit of money as well. You know, Xerxes, 42 million. Euro, 62 million. That's over 100 million euros he spent. The pressure's on. The pressure's on, mate, because yes, Chelsea have got to get better, but Manchester United finished in 8th position. Yes, you got away with it because you won the FA Cup. Let's see if Manchester United fans will take that next season with an FA Cup as well. And
the worst thing as well, I mean, you mentioned the 2 signings that have come in. You look at some of the signings from Ten Hag in the past, they haven't exactly worked.
Exactly.
I mean, Anthony's the worst one. I mean, Anthony, we can't ever move on. Let's move on from Anthony. Mason Mount, we're going to give him a bit of time because he was injured a lot. Hoyland, I'm still not quite sure about. I mean, he's kind of, yes, he scored goals in the Champions League, but we didn't get much from him in the Premier League. So he's not got a proven track record of my signings work.
No, Van der Beek, is it? Van der Beek?
Van der Beek?
Yeah, Van der Beek, sorry. Yep. Didn't work. He's left.
At all.
It was worse than didn't work.
I think he's left for $500,000.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it was. So you're totally right. And listen, it's good for Manchester United to back him and give him money. You know, if you're going to keep him at the club, you've got to back him and give him money. But I'm telling you now, if Manchester United, after 10, 12 games, are struggling like they were last season,
he's gone.
He's gone, mate.
He's gone.
He's gone. Simple as that.
Yeah, and let's be honest as well. I mean, he's only there because others turned the job down.
Yep.
I mean, we know that United
they went for everyone.
Yeah, they went for everyone, speaking behind his back to everyone. They couldn't get who they wanted, and here we are.
Mate, if my job, if someone had gone round and asked everyone if they'd do my job and then come to me and say, no thanks, go and get them. Like, they've gone round and gone for everyone. Can you come? No. All right, we're going to back you. You're going to back me. You back me straight after the FA Cup.
What about the fact, though, and he did allude to this, he has come in and won 2 trophies. Yes. Say what you want. He's won 2 trophies. First season, got him into Champions League. All the off-field issues as well. He has so many to deal with. You know, Maguire, Ronaldo, the Mason Greenwood situation, the takeover. There's a lot to deal with.
Ask the owners what they prefer.
trophies.
No. Ask the owners what they prefer.
The owners,
Champions League football,
yeah, 100%.
or I spoke to someone at Aston Villa. They said to me it would be amazing to win Europa League conference, but the money's in finishing 4th place Champions League. That's where the money's in for the club. That's where you're going to keep building the club. Manchester United, the biggest club in the world, arguably, they shouldn't be finishing 8th position. FA Cups, they've got a trophy cabinet full of them.
So if he's not the second manager, and by the way, look, and you are correct, people, Donny van der Beek was signed partly on the Solskjaer, you are correct. If he's not, though, the second best manager in the league, obviously, look, it was always Pep and Klopp.
Yeah.
Who is?
Are you joking?
Unai Emery?
Of course.
Yeah.
What Unai Emery done with that squad of players from when Steven Gerrard left, we need a relegation zone. What he done with them group of players to get them into the Europa League conference, to then go far in the Europa League conference, then to get that group of players into the Champions League. How big that is for Aston Villa. Massive, mate, massive.
Is he better than Arteta?
Who?
Erik Ten Hag?
No. Mate, people are arguing and say, yeah, but Arsenal didn't win the league. But if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be more happy with Arsenal's season last season than Manchester United. Yes, people will say, oh, okay, yep, we won more trophies than Arsenal, but Arsenal back in the Champions League, closer to Manchester City as well. This could be their year where they go again, Arsenal, and then finish above Manchester City and win the league. So I'll say Ten Hag's far down the pecking order, mate.
Yeah, I feel like I can name 3 or 4 still more.
Oh, yeah, more. 5, 6, 7 more, 100%.
Yeah. So
that's not even just like trying to annoy Man United fans. It's just the truth. Yes, you won the FA Cup. Well done. It's amazing to win that trophy. I get it. But Manchester United, the size of that club, should not be finishing 8th position. Mate, the meetings they must have had, the hierarchy of Manchester United, lasted so long before they actually backed him, because it would have been like, I don't know.
It seemed to be lastminute.com.
Yeah, look at the football we're playing. It's not great. Fans aren't happy. Players don't look like they're being coached. What style of play did Manchester United play? You tell me that.
Absolutely no idea. I don't think United...
High press? Counter-attack?
Sometimes it could be a bit of counter-attack.
Yeah, do you see phases of play? Do you see midfield runners in the right position? No. Just like off the cuff, go out and play, get the result. Come on. That's all team talk. Let's go.
How much is that on the players, though? Some big players didn't turn up for United
100%,
last season.
yeah, players as well. But like these players, mate, I've been there. You need coaching. So when you play under a coach who can coach you well, look at the Manchester City players. Take Pep out of that, mate. They wouldn't have won the league titles they've won. Because Pep knows how to coach them. These players need coaching.
What's the minimum requirement for them next season? Again, they got a trophy, finished 8th in Europe. What's the minimum requirement
I would say next season is...
Bear in mind the money, as you say, and they're going to spend a bit more.
Top 4 is minimum. Minimum.
They're not going to make top 4.
Top 4, simple. Top 4 minimum. Otherwise, like, what are Manchester United becoming? Do you know what I mean? Like, and people do say to me, like, Gabby, this is the different Manchester United that you're used to when you played. Maybe it's because I'm just used to that Sir Alex Ferguson era where you go to Old Trafford, Addy, and you be everyone in your own half. And if you had a couple of shots, you'd be like, you know what, we had a good game today because they're so dominant. Maybe it's just different times, but Manchester United should be playing Champions League football every season. Fair to say?
I agree. But you look at the landscape now and it's slightly different. Very quickly then, what's your top 4 for next season if Man United are... Man United should be in it, or you expect them to be in it?
I don't think they will be in it. No,
okay, cool.
And I've been honest, mate, I don't think my team will be in it, Aston Villa. I think next season will be harder. Teams will get better. The Champions League run that we're going to be on will be hard on the players as well. I'm going to go starting Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Ooh.
I like Maresca, and I think Chelsea are due to move up the table.
Interesting. I think Liverpool might be in trouble next season. We'll see. All right, we're taking your calls when we come back. 03717 22 3344. Get in touch. Is Erik Ten Hag the second best manager in the Premier League?
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.